said that this was Biden at his best.
Sure.
That's what I saw.
I don't
That's
doubt.
what other people saw. I was obviously wrong.
Either John Scarborough is blind or he still thinks that we are stupid. I saw John Biden speed rowing down the Thames in London using only his bicep. This man's in incredible shape. I put my money on Johnny B. Biden in a cage fight against prime Brock Lesnar. I don't believe for a second that John Scarborough believes these heavily scripted lies. You know who else saw John Biden repeatedly over these last 4 years? Uncle KC and over 330 million Americans. You know what we saw? A rapidly aging fossil who is aging faster than Wolf Blitzer. Woof, woof, woof. Every time I saw John Biden, I noticed a new wrinkle and I heard new words that he recently added to the English language. Now, I guess some people will see that clip I just showed you guys and they'll give credit to John Scarborough for admitting that he was wrong. But I'm not buying it. I'm also not buying this apology tour that Jake the Bongo Tapper seems to be on. For some reason, I'm doubting the sincerity. For some reason, I'm having a hard time believing this doofus duo who has spent the last 4 years lying to my face. Especially when you consider the fact that ratings for the Morning John on MSNBC are circling the pooper, and Jake Tapper has taken a break from tapping the bongo to beg normal people to buy his book. Look, we all make mistakes, but this was not a mistake. This was a massive cover-up by the mainstream media. So forgive me if I'm having a hard time believing them when their ratings are crashing and they're suddenly telling me they're sorry for lying to me. It just doesn't work that way. If you ask your landscaper, your yard guy, to cut your grass every 10 days during the summer, and he's showing up in 14 days, then 21 days. He tells you that he's going to be there on Friday. You wake up Saturday morning and your grass is so high it's tickling your ass. You call him up and he tells you that he caught a bad case of the devastating doodle on Friday and he's going to be there later today to cut your yard. You wake up Sunday morning and the grass is so high it's tickling King Kong's ass. Your landscaper tells you, I'm coming Monday. I promise I'm coming Monday. Then it's Tuesday, Wednesday. Are you going to keep believing him? No. You're going to file a missing persons report and you're going to hire someone that you can actually rely on. That is exactly what's happened the last 4 years with the mainstream media. They consistently told us that John Biden was in his prime. When we saw him fall down the stairs, then miraculously find a way to fall up the stairs, the media told us that our eyes were lying to us. Johnny didn't fall up the stairs. He was simply bending over to pick up a wooden nickel. He's a collector, you know. One of the many participants in the Biden cover-up was Jake the Bongo Tapper at CNN. But all of a sudden, Jake Tapper is not only begging normal people to trust him, he's also begging us to buy his book. In order to speak to normal people, Jake Tapper knows that he can't make appearances on his book tour with MSNBC and the Washington Post. He's got to be more inclusive. If he wants normal people to buy his book, he's got to visit platforms that normal people are watching. Yesterday, Jake decided to visit with Megyn Kelly. I'm sure he was expecting some resistance, but most of these people in the media, they'll look out for each other. Unfortunately for Jake Tapper, Megyn Kelly was in no mood for the bullshit. Unlike his pretend friends at MSNBC, Megyn Kelly refused to allow Jake Tapper to lie to her face. And the consequences for his lies was public humiliation. And the humiliation, it didn't take place on CNN where no one would see it. Jake Tapper was humiliated in front of millions of people. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go and get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Sugar Mountain Trading. Are you struggling with back problems? Do you deal with minor aches, minor pains throughout your day, and you don't want to go to the doctor because all the doctor's going to do is find something else wrong with you, or even worse, prescribe addictive medication that you don't want to take? I hate going to the doctor. So does my wife, who actually deals with back pain, which is why she started using CBD lotions and oils from Sugar Mountain Trading. Now, this is not THC. It's not going to make you fail a drug test. These CBD lotions and oils, they are designed for rapid pain relief. Like I said, my wife deals with nagging back pain from time to time. We tried the chiropractor, we've tried over-the-counter stuff, but nothing ever seemed to work. Within 5 minutes of me applying CBD lotion from Sugar Mountain Trading, her pain was gone. I'm telling you, it's damn near magical. Sugar Mountain Trading also offers CBD bar soap that will keep you pain-free and smelling fresh at the same time. Bar soap comes in a variety of scents ranging from lavender all the way to cherry almond. More importantly, all CBD products offered at Sugar Mountain Trading, 100% natural, 100% free of THC. So click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL20, BTL20. Save 20% off your first purchase with Sugar Mountain Trading. Yesterday, Jake Tapper appeared to roll out of bed to be interviewed by Megyn Kelly. Normally, when we see Jake Tapper, he's got his makeup on, his hair is perfectly placed. Sometimes he wears glasses, I guess so he can update the picture of his Grindr profile. Hey, my name's Jake. I work at CNN during the day, and I'm a seductive librarian at night. During his appearance with Megyn Kelly yesterday, Jake Tapper was a bit disheveled, at least when compared to his normal, well-put-together appearance. There was no hairspray or gel in his hair. It appeared to be combed with his hand. But look at the bright side, Jake Tapper. At least you still have hair to comb. You could be like Joy Reid and have to clean your hair with dental floss. Jake Tapper was speaking with Megyn Kelly in a desperate attempt to convince normal people to buy his book. Now, for those that don't know, Jake released a book yesterday called Original Sin. It's about the cover-up for Johnny B. Biden, the same cover-up that Jake Tapper participated in. During the interview, Megyn Kelly said what everyone else was thinking. How in the hell are you exposing John Biden when you helped cover it up? Jake Tapper tried to resist by claiming, "That's simply not true, Megyn." As a result, Megyn Kelly showed him just a little bit of the proof. Watch for yourself.
You covered the Biden presidency aggressively throughout the 4 years, and you didn't cover mental acuity hardly at all. I mean, time and time again, when issues came up, you seemed to be running cover for the president.
I don't think
interested.
That's true.
Well, I mean, we'll start with the Laura Trump issue that you referred. Here it is.
I think what we see on stage with Joe Biden, Jake, is very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable
you are
to
no
watch somebody on stage search for
that's so
questions.
amazing.
You're trying to tell me that what I was suggesting was
I think that you were
stuttering.
mocking his stutter.
Do you want to apologize to Laura Trump now?
I've already apologized to her. I called her months ago. I mean, I don't want to disclose the contents of a private conversation, but I thought the conversation went well, and she said that she would never mock anybody's stutter. But I mean, after we did the research for this book, and I realized how bad his acuity issues were, I called Laura Trump and I said, you were right.
I will give Jake Tapper some credit for admitting he was wrong. Again, I'm having a hard time believing the sincerity because Jake Tapper's trying to sell books. But I am willing to give him some credit for finally admitting he was wrong. That being said, I do have a couple of questions. Number one, Why did it take Jake Tapper months, maybe even a year of research for this book to comprehend and realize what normal people were seeing the last 4 years? Was Jake Tapper struck with temporary blindness? Let me show you a couple of clips of Joe Biden from the last couple of years. I'm not even going to show him speaking because that would be far too obvious, but you tell me if this man looks healthy. Watch for yourself. He can't ride a bike, and he's wandering off into some doofus meadow during a meeting in Europe. I guess he saw a swan and wanted to give the swan a cracker? Why in the hell did it take Jake Tapper until now to realize that Joe Biden was struggling? And number two, Jake Tapper claims that he apologized to Laura Trump, which is great. It's great. But let me ask you something. How come he hasn't apologized to us? How come he hasn't apologized for misleading his dwindling audience at CNN? Full transparency here, I don't watch his show. Judging by his ratings, neither does anyone else, but it's entirely possible Jake Tapper has apologized and I don't know about it. I've tried to find evidence of this apology. I can't find it. Jake Tapper and his pretend friends in the mainstream media, they have destroyed their own credibility. I don't know how you recover from this. I don't know how they can restore their credibility. This is not about being wrong. There have been times where I've been wrong. Doesn't take me long to find out because people are quick to point out when I am, which is fine. Doesn't bother me. But I'm not coming on here every day and purposely misleading to you. I'm not lying to you. What we are talking about with Jake Tapper in the media, this isn't something they got wrong. This is something they blatantly lied about. This is something they were complicit with. Either one of two things are true here. Jake Tapper is a grade A dumbass, and he actually believed that Joe Biden was fine. I have a hard time believing that because I know for a fact Jake Tapper is not a dumbass, which leads me to believe Jake Tapper was lying. He was part of the cover-up, and now he's asking us to believe him in order to sell books. Give me your thoughts on this. Do you think John Scarborough and Jake Tapper are sincere? Do you really believe they just got this wrong? Or do you think they were part of the cover-up? Are they only admitting this now because ratings are in the pooper and there's books to sell? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.